Record. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anonymous Addiction at My Truth About AA, as Bobby sees it, and I'm Bobby C. Over here, we have Beverly Renee. Say hi, Beverly.
Hey, y'all.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on today, Bev.
Oh, wow. What's going on today? Well, believe it or not, today is actually the anniversary of when my stepmama got killed.
Sad.
Yeah, it was 11 years ago.
Wow. So yeah, because you texted me something that you weren't, you were kind of feeling a little down. I was wondering what that was about. That's good. You know, my grand doggy, my daughter's dog, 19 years, just passed away, just died. So we just went over there and kind of, made sure we touched base with her. So okay, what do you want to talk about tonight, Bev? You got some topics?
Okay. Yes, I do actually. The other night, whenever it was the four of us on that video, I think it was Saturday night. Okay, so you started off by asking if we need sponsors. And, I wasn't prepared. So I was just like, but I wanted to elaborate, because we had a little more time tonight. And number one, no, we don't need a sponsor, because what is a sponsor? Tell us, Bobby, what is a sponsor in AA?
I don't really know because it's not in the big book. Sponsorship isn't in the big book. I think it's just supposed to be a mentor, someone that knows more than you about the 12 steps, 12 traditions, 12 concepts, the program, knows more than you about the program and can bring you through these 12 steps. Okay, that's what the sponsorship is, because a sponsor has a sponsor, a grand sponsor. It's, to me, it's all, nah, I don't buy it anymore. I never did. I never really liked it. From the beginning. I think in over 30 years, I think I sponsored 2-3 people, but I had a lot of friends and I gave a lot of what I thought was, information to people as friend to friend. I didn't consider them my sponsorees or my pigeons or anything else. I didn't really like it. Did I have a sponsor? Yes, I did. I did pick a man. I picked a man that kind of I respected. Like, my first sponsor never pushed anything on me. We had something in common. He had 2 daughters. I had 2 daughters. My wife knew his wife. He was in construction. We didn't even talk about AA when we were together. We talked about life, So I was lucky in the beginning. So yeah, that's sponsor stuff. And then later on in some other podcasts, I'll talk about my other sponsors. But yeah, I'm with you. Look, there's nothing wrong with a friend with some wisdom and knowledge to pass on some information. I don't believe, How about you, Bev?
Well, you just said it for the sponsor stuff. You're right on point. And then you get some people that they either don't, they were probably just trained this way, and so they do it themselves, but call me every day, do this, do that, that's kind of bossy. I came to AA, so I didn't go to prison. That's okay. But I really like the idea of seeing a professional therapist, because we hear it all the time. The alcohol and drugs was not the problem, it's the symptom. And I have been able to do some work, and I can see where that was the symptom of a problem. And I'm seeing a therapist, and we're getting to the root of that problem. And I don't have that symptom no more. Or, you know what I mean? Like, but a sponsor is just a regular person. Bobby, it's just you walk in, you meet me, and I'm your sponsor. And guess what? You don't know nothing about me, and I don't know nothing about you, and I'm not a professional. And I'm probably kooky. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. I might be using you or something. You don't know.
Yeah,
but
right.
A therapist they're professional. They're non-biased. They're not going to give their opinion. They're not going to tell you what to do. And if they do, then you fire them and you go get another one. But they're not bossy. You might talk to them once every week or two, and that's it for an hour. And that takes me to the next thing. Like you were saying, we need a friend. We need a support group. Today was a down day for me. It's really nice to get on here and have a meeting with, a friend who understands that I'm human
Yeah,
Having someone to meet with.
I can relate to that. You know what? Getting back to that therapist, I remember like probably was 36 years ago. I was doing some ACOA and some CODA meetings and stuff like that. And this lady, she was doing a little group, a little group therapy. No, matter of fact, I did one-on-one with a gentleman. That's right. I did one-on-one with this guy named Len, and I loved him. He was in AA for years, but we didn't talk about Alcoholics Anonymous or anything like that. He talked about life, and I was doing one-on-one with him, and then I joined in with a group with him. And then this lady came in, and I joined a group with her with like 4 girls and 2 guys, and I learned so much shit from that. And you know what? It was cheap. I made sure it was like a sliding scale. It was like $20 a person, okay, on a sliding scale. And I don't even consider her a professional. I mean, she had a degree, okay, but I learned so much in that group because people confronted me with shit that I didn't even know I was doing, because most of my, like, I didn't know much about anything when years ago, 37 years ago, love and even intimacy or touching, all I knew was boisterous anger. I was controlling, manipulative and different stuff like it. Not that I wasn't a good, kind individual too, also, it's not all negative.
I know what you mean.
They helped me so much, and I really appreciate it. Matter of fact, she took me to my first like a meditation meeting, like a Buddhist meditation meeting. It was my first introduction to it. So, I agree with that. Going outside the box, getting help from some professional or somebody that's trained. And I like that. I like that, Beth. Thanks for sharing that. What else you got?
Oh, we're just gonna go do me first and then do you. Okay. The thing that I've noticed has literally helped me the most, and we brought this up the other night, was coming home. Well, not just coming home, but getting directly into my life and not being like, I go to work every day, and then after work, I come to my home and I do whatever home stuff I do, and I stay here and I have a relationship with my family because I just happen to live with my family. And I remember whenever I got out of rehab years ago, everything was different. So whenever I got out, I was all packed up from the house I just got kicked out of. I came from jail. So like nothing was normal. I was back at my mama's house, but there was like no pictures up or nothing. And it was easy for me to get a brand new job and go to these meetings every day and hang out with these new people, because it's like I didn't really have I couldn't remember. That's what it was. I couldn't remember what was normal. And so it was easy for me to fall into it. And I was terrified. I've said that before. So it was really easy for you to tell me what I needed to do because I trusted, not really realizing that you should trust this much, not this much, be smart. And you had posted something the other day on Facebook, something about when a kid is talking back and questioning, you don't get on to them so much because they're the ones that are not going to fall for everything. And I was like, crap, I didn't get in a whole lot of trouble like that because I would do what I was told. Yeah, I had a mouth on me, but for the most part, I did what I was told, no questions asked. And look what it did to me in my adulthood.
Yeah, well, we'll tell the audience that we're not telling you what to do, what not to do. We're just giving them some advice, our opinions, our realities, our perspectives of what we come across them through our experience, good, bad, and everything in between. I left Alcoholics Anonymous about 6 years ago. Bev just left. She left Alcoholics Anonymous. Now we understand it was a point or two away. We understand that we got some help out of that. Okay? We learned something, else we wouldn't be where we're at right now. I mean, we've grown, so we've learned some things and we moved on and we're going beyond. And I always say, go beyond recovery, go beyond the recovery trap. Okay. So we're going beyond the known into the unknown, and we're discovering things. We're uncovering, recovering, and discovering new things. Bev, I want to talk to you about, let's see, how about some affirmations? What do you know about affirmations?
Um,
Motivational speakers, affirmations, motivational quotes. Are you into that positive thinking, meditation?
yes and no. I'm starting to get into it, but I'm still so fresh from coming from there to here that I've still give me some new ones so I can quit reciting these other ones. I
That's, you know what? That's a good point. That's good.
want new ones. I want new. I'm ready
That's
to
a good
go to
point.
the next level.
That's a very good
But yeah,
point.
give me some affirmations. Give me some slogans. I'm finna write this stuff down.
No, well, you know what? I go all over. I always talk about take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and grow it up and make it your own. You know, that's what this whole program's about. I hope subscribe to this, please. Anonymous Addiction at My Truth About AA, as Bobby sees it. Subscribe, come on, because we're going to start having some Zoom meetings for people that, you know, are interested. And we're going to get together with some like-minded people. And, but here are some, I go all over, you know, like in the beginning, 37 years ago, I went into Anthony Robbins stuff way back then and got videos and tapes and stuff. Wayne Dryer, I bought one of his own books, one of his books years and years ago, Wayne Dryer. Okay, he passed away a couple of years ago. Wayne Dryer is a very, you know, very nice gentleman. Like even like I go on to sites, Napoleon Hill has some good things about the mind and the brain. Napoleon Hill, okay? These are some things I always say and I always like to repeat to myself. Stuff like, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, we can achieve. Okay, so it's all about the mind. And people don't talk about that a lot, how powerful the mind is. And in Alcoholics Anonymous, I'm just going to tell people that they wanted to take our care. They wanted to take our will and our life, and they wanted to take care of it. They want us to give our life and will over to their care. Okay. That's very dangerous, you know, for this thing here. You know, I want to read something that Napoleon Hill wrote years ago. And I could leave this first part out if I wanted to, because when I say the serenity prayer, I don't even use God, you know, in a serenity prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. We all know that acceptance, courage, and wisdom is in there. It's always in the last part, the wisdom to know the difference. The wisdom to know the difference for me takes a long time to figure out what we can change and what we can't change, you know. Some things we can't change, you know, and we have to understand that, be able to let those things go that we can't change. But Napoleon Hill, I want you could chime in after I read this, and this is very difficult. That's why I write it down and I have it in one of my books, and once in a while I pick it up. Oh, divine creator, I ask not for my riches, for more riches, not for more riches, not for more money, but for more wisdom to make wiser use of the riches you granted me at birth in the form of the power to control and direct my mind to whatever desire, whatever ends I desire, whatever I desire. So it's saying, you'd have to write that down and read it over and over and over again. What he's saying is that this is a gift, but treat it like a gift. Use it. Seek and you shall find. You know, go out and search all the knowledge of wisdom. The riches, that's not going to get, you know, you could become rich and famous with money and all that stuff, but that's not going to buy it. I just wanted to put that out. I like Napoleon Hill. What do you think about that, Bev?
Well, a lot of what you just said is just straight up biblical also, you know. And wisdom is a spiritual gift, you know, from the Holy Spirit. And I don't know who it was, but there is somebody in the Bible that God was like, what do you want? And he was like, I want wisdom. And so he gave him wisdom. And since he asked for wisdom, you know, he got it, of course, but he got blessed, like you said, with all these riches, you know, material and not material. And wisdom and knowledge is really what I'm definitely seeking after most, like right now. I just, I feel like the more I seek God and his will for my life, the more things just seem to roll right. Even whenever it don't feel like it is, I really do feel like I'm in God's will. I mean, I really, really do. I mean, what's the odds that the first night I figured out that I was not in the right kind of program, I turn on you and Joey, and then within 5 minutes, we're talking like friends, like we've known each other forever. I mean, I just, and it was because I was already seeking. I was already looking for that wisdom and knowledge and obtaining it, actually, believe it or not.
Yeah,
Believe it or
yeah, yeah. Now, see, that's the point. So getting back to that point of the mind, I believe, this is what I believe. I believe you used your mind and your will and your power and the gift that was given to you
yes.
to seek, you know, through
Mhm.
your power and the control to direct your mind, because it took you to direct your mind to get somewhere. Like I emailed Bev, and she got on the Zoom account. Okay, she did it, not me. She took the initiative. We've been texting back and forth. She says I'd like to go on a podcast. She puts her attention to this. Wherever the attention goes, the energy flows. So she flowed with it, with her energy, and she's on right now. I mean, that's the power.
I just thought of something.
Go ahead.
Okay, so one day I was talking about basically what we're talking about now. And my friend was like, see how God just led you here and did this for you? I said, look, I ain't trying to discount God. Everybody knows I'm never going to do that. I said, but I got to give myself some credit. I stopped following what other people were saying. I got no friends right now. I went against the grain and I did what I felt in my spirit that I should be doing before I ever even started kicking it with Jesus. He just made it easier. He made it a lot easier, but I was already on. That's how I got there. I was already using my own brain, like you said. And that's why I keep telling people you ain't got to have no higher power to get sober. You don't.
Okay, so the brain, you're talking about the brain. I talk about the mind, the thought, the
Mind, same
consciousness.
thing.
Yeah, mind, consciousness, thoughts, our body, emotions, feelings. You know, it's like our mind, heart, gut.
You set your mind to it
soul.
and it will get done. It will.
That's another quote there. It's whatever, you know, I said it, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. Both success and failure are largely the result of habit. Both success and failure is the result of habit. Like when I used to pick
I
up
get
a
that.
drink, I used to pick up a drink because that was my habit. I used to kept on drinking and whatever, doing these things. I created a habit, you know. So I stopped doing that and I create other habits. I create other good habits to me. So repetition is the mother of brainwashing, and repetition is the mother of skill too, also. But here's a little thing. The mind ultimately directs and manifests all things in our environment, for better or worse. Our mind, we can go either way. Law of attraction goes either way. You know, you can use the law of attraction for evil, just like good. And in an environment, better word. Whoever is directing the mind is also engineering the change of your reality. So in Alcoholics Anonymous, I always felt there was something, they were trying to control my mind. They were trying to direct my mind. They were engineering my purpose. They were engineering my desire. They were telling me what I am. And we'll get into that because that's the next topic I want to
Yeah, I
talk
definitely
about.
want to talk about that.
Is
For
I
sure.
am. They were directing I am, because the two most powerful words is I am. Whatever you put after that, be careful. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you put after I am. So when we used to raise our hands, what did we used to say, Bev?
I'm Beverly. I'm an alcoholic.
I am an alcoholic. My name is Bobby C. I'm alcoholic. I'm powerless. I'm diseased. No more. No. I am good. I am ultimately a body, mind, and spirit. That's what I believe today. People can leave the spirit out, but I believe body, mind, and spirit. I'm a good person. I'm a human being trying to be human, trying to do my best. I fail, you know, but during the day, if I have a bad day, I never have a bad day. Never. I've never had a bad day. A bad day is 24 hours. I've not, I have bad moments
Yeah.
and things come in, emotions come in, feelings come in all day long. You know, they come in. And let's talk about I am a little bit, Bev. These two words.
I know. Um, on a serious note, go back to that. I am an alcoholic. Dude, I was worse off after I started saying that than I was before. I was, because I created a habit. I told it to myself for 28 days, and that's all it takes to create a habit. And I did, and I believed it. And it's like all this self-esteem that I had gained was gone. I remember I went through my withdrawals in jail, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm on it. I was listening to you and Joey earlier about the confidence level. My confidence level was so high because I already knew if I can get through these withdrawals, I'm gonna be fine. And then they were like, you're gonna go to prison. Do you want to go to rehab? I was like, yeah. And when I got there, they said, you got a disease, you're powerless, da 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 da. I came out of there scared. And I went in there on top of the world, ready to conquer life.
Where'd they send you after rehab? Where'd they tell you to go?
After rehab, they, you know where, AA.
Yeah, say that.
Well, they didn't have to tell me. They had AA ladies come in every few days, and so they didn't have to tell us.
No, that's another thing. There's no promotion. It's only attraction. That's another BS promotion. Only the whole program's nothing been. It's been promoted throughout society for the last 86 years. Okay, it's been promoted over to society, and I go into that in a lot of my other podcasts. We're not going to be talking about that. So Bev went into rehab. Me, I didn't go to detox. I didn't go to rehab. You know, I'm just learning about this blackout drinking. You know what? Every time I had my hangovers, I was withdrawing. My hangovers used to last 3 days. Every time I had a hangover, I was in withdrawal. Slept, couldn't think. The only thing that calmed my anxiety was another beer, you know, couple beers, and then I could not take any more. I just did a couple beers so my head wouldn't run and race and go crazy. The anxiety and stuff, it would kind of calm me down. I did so many withdrawals, it's pathetic. Okay. But if anyone really needs a detox, go into detox. Get detox. You want to go, if you after detox, come see us. You know, there's a lot of alternative programs. Come over and see us and how to create your own program, or you could come and go to Smart Recovery, go in and visit Recovery Dharma, go to a couple different places, get some books. And, but rehabs, somebody just talk about your experience in a rehab, Bev, a little bit.
Okay. My first one. Yeah, I have more than one. I'll just talk about the one that where the first one I went to, I left early. So the second one, well, whenever I got there, like I said, I came there from jail. So I was stinky and grungy. I'd been in jail for like 2 or 3 weeks by then. And I just wanted a shower. And they were like, we don't take showers until 9 o'clock tonight. And I was like, I mean, like it was automatic, you know, like, no, you can't take a shower yet. Really? I got to take a shower anytime I wanted in jail. I mean, and somebody else had to bring my stuff. They went through all my stuff. I mean, it was just like
jail.
I had already done a strip search at jail, but I had to do it again here. And that's not normal.
Right.
They stripped me away from everything.
Yeah, well, obedience. They want obedience.
I was so glad to be out of jail that I was happy about it.
Yeah, they were training you to be an obedient conformist. So when they can send you to Alcoholics Anonymous, you can obey.
Well, I
But,
was already perfect pickings because, so, like I said, I was facing real prison time. And my mama told me over the phone, she said, you got to be a model inmate. You got to be good while you're in there, be a model inmate. So maybe they'll let you out. And when you get to rehab, if they let you go, you got to be a model, whatever the hell they are in there. And so I did everything I was told because I was terrified.
yeah, which
And
is,
sure enough, a squad car came and got me and took me back to jail. It's not like I got to go home that day whenever I got done with rehab. I was not done in jail yet. They just let me out to go to rehab.
oh,
Just because I
yeah.
had a lawyer.
So
was
you had,
awful.
so you had to go back to jail and then you went to Alcoholics Anonymous?
It was terrible. Rehab was terrible every time. Like, I would rather be sticking a needle in my arm, sleeping on the side of the road than to go to rehab. It is miserable. They treat you like crap there.
Well, that's, that all rehabs, that's not all rehabs. The rehab that you
Okay,
were
all
in.
the ones I've
Yeah,
been to
yeah,
did. And
yeah. So we're not speaking about all rehabs because some rehabs are plush, they're like 80, 90,000, $100,000 a month, and they're, holistic, and the ones I'm talking about, Malibu and this one and that one.
this is the one the court pays for.
Right,
So
right, exactly, right. So you were in a crappy one, okay? But there's people that've been to 10, 15 rehabs, then they go into sober living houses, and then they go into halfway houses, and it's a big one after another racket. If you want this thing, this is what I found out through all the programs that I've ever checked into or discovered, is there's always one thing that's in common, and that's us. So that means that every program will work if I want it to work. Okay, so it's not the program, it's me making it work. Okay, they always want you to say in alcohol, it works if you work it. Now, it works if I want it to work. That's how it works, really. Bev,
okay, wait, I want to talk a little more about this rehab thing.
Go
So
ahead.
while I was there, they gave me a big book, and all they did was sit all 30 of us women in one room together all day long, sitting in horrible chairs all day, 16 hours. I did the math. And we had to work through our big book. And we only saw our counselor like twice a week for an hour in group. Like, nothing was personalized. They put me in with a psychiatrist so that he could ask me 3 questions while I was going, my mind's haywire and I'm scared. And so therefore he told me that I was bipolar, an addict, and an alcoholic. Once again, I hadn't drank in years, and I wasn't bipolar. I was coming off heroin.
they put you
My
on
life
meds?
was
Did they put you on meds?
Oh yeah, they definitely medicated me with drugs I did not need. And that was the beginning. That's where it happened.
Yeah.
Misdiagnosis and all
We'll
that.
just let, that's Bev's story, okay? So we're not telling anybody what to do. We're not advocating anything. This program isn't about, I believe medicated assisted treatment. That's good for a lot of people. Some people, and there's
Yeah, you got
Sinclair.
it.
Yeah, there's
Got it, yeah.
Sinclair method. Look, if you're in with the Sinclair method, I'm not advocating any program here. All I'm telling you is you create your own program no matter where you go. Harm reduction, I believe in it. I'd rather see
Definitely.
my grandkids not harm themselves than hurt themselves constantly. And why they're doing harm reduction, they're trained, they're using CBT or REBT. They're using cognitive behavioral therapy too. They're trying to change the person's reality and move them into a nice, better atmosphere, and thinking wise, mindfulness. They're educating them. So harm reduction is a good. They're all good. Okay.
I like that. Yeah, I like what you're saying, because it sounds to me like for me it was, I went from put it in my body to now this is your new life. You can't do it no more. I like easing into everything I do. Everything I do. I like to, get my feet wet, get good at doing this, then this, then this. And then maybe I can put that away a little bit because I don't need it no more because now I'm doing this. I like what you say.
But what we have to understand is that Bev is abstinent. You're abstinent from alcohol and drugs as far as heroin and stuff. You're abstinent, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
yes.
we got to understand it. We did make the decision to go like this. We went from using to not using. Okay. And most people, that's the only way we do it. I mean, it's painful, it could be painful, and it doesn't have to be painful. Okay. But you go like this, you go from using to not using when you go that way. Now, if you're going with harm reduction, you can wean off. You could take your time and wean off. If you're using a Sinclair method, you could take the medicine and then wean yourself off if you want, or take it, if you don't want to.
Well,
it's
this
up to
last
you.
time around, I didn't do the one and done cold turkey thing. By then, I was just like, I had so many questions in my head. I was like, I can do this if I want to. I can at least try it. And that's what I did. I tried things. I tried. Do I even like alcohol? Do I even like weed? I tried it. If I wanted to try it, I tried it. And then I didn't even worry about no date, because people kept saying, what's your sobriety date? I don't know. I know my birthday. That's all I care about.
Were you in Alcoholics Anonymous abstinent though at times?
Yeah, for like 3.5 years, but
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's a long time. Okay. That's
yeah, I was
wanted to
on
know.
paper though, and I was running ragged. I swear, I was one of those people that would have been, how you go, you need a drink.
Yeah,
I probably needed a drink.
Hey, our minds wouldn't stop. When you first come in, you need somebody to help settle you down, no question. And there's a lot of tricks to do it. A lot of tricks how to get some sleep, and that's a lot of things with
And that is important. Sleep, eat, drink.
Yeah, living a balanced lifestyle, trying to live well, trying to live a balanced lifestyle, guilt-free, without fear and guilt and shame. That's what this thing we're doing here, living a balanced lifestyle with some gratitude. And when we say we're grateful, that doesn't mean everything is positive. Look, I believe the negative and the positive is just information and knowledge. Negative is not bad. It's good. It's information to learn. But me thinking negative all the time is not good for me. Okay. So I need gratitude. I need positive affirmation. I need some spiritual things, because I like to do some spiritual things. And then as soon as I mention the word spiritual, or if Bev mentioned the word religion, you would automatically put us in a label and put us in a box and say, we know what you're talking about. But you don't know me. You don't know what my reality is, or my consciousness, or my awareness about what I'm using that word about. Words can cast spells upon us, and labels can do more harm than good a lot of times.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
And in Anonymous Addiction, at My Truth About AA, as Bobby C sees it, we're going to no labels. I believe it without labels. I don't believe in labels. I don't call myself alcoholic. I don't use the word addict. I just use if somebody has a problem, it's problematic, drinking or drugging, and that's all. Or if it's problematic and you want to transition from problematic to just using, because let's admit it, drugs, booze, when you're taking it, it makes you kind of happy sometimes, okay, while you're doing it. Afterwards, you're suffering some consequences, but in the beginning, we're doing it to escape responsibility and reality, but it makes us, we feel we're going to get some happiness out of it. It's not real, and it's not lasting. It's not a lasting happiness, and it's real in the moment, short term, but long term, it's not real, ladies and gentlemen. We know that alcohol is the dangerous drug in the world. It's actually a poison. I'm not prohibitionist either. Look, I believe in the power of choice. Totally. You want to drink, you want to use, you want to do whatever you want to do. I believe in the power of choice. But I got to admit, because I do a lot of research, that the alcohol industry and the pharmaceutical industry and the devastating consequences that it has on society will blow your mind, okay? Because we accept it in our society as something okay. And I'm gonna do a podcast just on that.
You know what? That's how I got on heroin. I was on pain management from a doctor. They gave me more pills than anybody would have needed. And I was taking them as directed. And well, the classic story.
Yeah. What type of living well or balanced lifestyle you're kind of transitioning to today? What are you doing today? I know you're coming on the podcast, you're doing podcasts. and you're on Facebook and you're into a lot of different groups, which is, I believe, plenty. Okay, plenty. What else can you kind of tell the audience?
Honestly, this is what I'm doing. I am literally getting my house in order, and I don't mean a list. I mean the home that I live in. I've gone through stuff and had yard sales, and my grandmama died last year, and so like that's the room we're in right now. You don't know this, but it looks like crap everywhere else, but this spot is okay. And and I'm doing that kind of stuff. And my dog follows me around all the time. And the other one, he kind of likes me. And I'm just doing life, the life that I was ignoring because I was just so busy. And that's why I say it's, I don't remember what you said just a minute ago, but it was right on point. I'm crap. But
let me put you back on
it's
point, Bev.
important.
Bev,
Go for it.
what you're saying is that's what we're trying to tell people. Look, this recovery trap isn't all about talking about addiction and I'm an addict, I'm an alcoholic and drug and use. I don't even share my they call them war stories. You know, what's that going to get you? That's going to make you feel good, like, oh, he qualifies. Because I could tell you that you're an alcoholic, because if you don't qualify, then you're not an alcoholic. Yeah, look, you don't need what I did. All I know is I needed to know. Okay. But what Bev's talking about, like a balanced life. You know, I went over my daughter's house. Yeah, I went over my daughter's house today. Me and my wife take a walk every day for an hour. We go to the park. I call my mother up every day, 3 to 4 o'clock. She's going to be 101 years old. Every day I make sure I call her. Okay. I go out myself. I might go to the store. Jane will go out and go to the store. We're older, so we're not working and we don't have careers and stuff like that. And I understand everybody else's life is really hectic. But I'll tell you what, settle down and relax. And because what Bev's talking about, she's got a purpose. You know, she's got this purpose. She's directing her energy. Wherever the attention goes, the energy flows. She's directing her energy into creating her own her own life story. She's taking care of the house. She's excited. She's going to work, coming home. She's got 2 pooches. You got 2 doggies or 1?
I got 2.
She's got 2 doggies. I see her on Facebook. She takes care of her dog. I think she's just had them groomed the other day or something yesterday.
See, yay!
See,
that's real friends. You know, my dog got a hairdo.
You know, her doggy. You know, you all listen to both of us because she got her doggies trimmed and they're looking really fine. So check her out on Facebook. I think, Bev, what do you want to sign off with? What do you want to talk about before we leave? We're heading on probably over half an hour, 40 minutes maybe.
I don't know. I'm just really glad that we did this. I think we should do this like on some type of a schedule.
Yeah, well, we will. This is a podcast, though. Remember that this podcast is going out to the world. Okay.
I know. I want you to send me the link so I can upload it on my channel and everybody can have it on both of our channels.
Of course. And you know what? Check out Anonymous Addiction at My Truth About AA, as Bobby sees it, on Facebook, private group. Join it. You can check me out on Instagram at My Truth About AA. I'm on Spotify, Anonymous Addiction. But get to me if you want to come on a podcast and do a podcast or do a Zoom meeting with us, or we're going to do about 3 or 4 people on here. If you want to get on and check us out, you know, if you're in Alcoholics Anonymous and thinking about leaving, if you left already, or if you never went anywhere and you've been clean and sober or whatever, I don't even use those words, but if you don't use anymore and no big deal, you know, it's like me quitting smoking. Do I go around telling everybody, oh, I got 2,568 days not smoking? No, you know, it's the same crap. I don't have to celebrate that. Next podcast, we're going to talk about celebrations, which we'll get into another hole down the rabbit hole with that.
Oh, I'll bring some of my coins.
Okay. Bev, just say hi to the audience. And where can they get a hold of you at?
Okay, I'm Beverly Renee. You can find me on Facebook. Also, if you ever find him, I'm in the friends list. I'm on his page too. You'll see me. I'm Beverly Renee. I don't have a different name. My channel on YouTube is Beverly Renee. I'm on Snapchat as @mentalhaze. I'm on Instagram at Snoopy Renee 1205. It's old. Facebook is best. And then I've got an email address. Y'all can hit me up there. BEVRENEE 8984 @gmail.com.
I'm
But
not-
best is Facebook.
I'm not putting that link up. Hey, guess what? We're international. Me and Bev are international now. It's Anonymous Addiction International, I guess, because this goes worldwide. No matter what we do is international or worldwide. You know, they talk about the New World Order. Well, this is the New World Program, okay? It's making our own program. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here, Bev. I'm going to sign off. You stay on and I'll talk to you after the meeting closes. And
All
we'll
right.
see everybody. Take care now. Bye-bye.